Retro.
I got a Waymo this time so I can vlog and drive. I'm going back home for the first time in months. I'm very excited. I moved all the way across the country and now I'm about to go see where I grew up. Life has definitely changed a lot. I've had so many new experiences and I really miss my cat. So come along with me as I remind myself of simpler times. I just think it's so weird that there's nobody driving here. Like, what if somebody just grabs the steering wheel? My biggest fear is this being the time that technology decides to revolt on us and just crash somewhere, just as an FU to me. I wouldn't even be mad though. Look at these pretty little lights. And it comes with the chargers, but definitely not the one I need. It's an electric car, it's a Jaguar, doesn't really get much better than that. And for anyone wondering, this ride total was $27.18. But it's a self-driving car. I'm driving to the airport thinking, man, I hope I don't have anything illegal on me. Tatum, you don't get a single bite of anything. What's it like? How you feeling about this steak right now?
Looks immaculate. That's that maple goodness.
Back in Ohio, it's very cold, very rainy, which is actually the two reasons why I moved to Arizona. But you know what? I'm gonna just deal with it. I'm having a good time. I got to see my cat, got to see my dog, and definitely got to relive a lot of memories. My journey back home was definitely not the smoothest ride at all. Everything was going well until somebody stole my AirPods at the airport. Luckily, I have their home address. And also, TSA broke my baggage. This really wouldn't be too big of an issue if I didn't have a tripod in there, and if the mount for that tripod didn't fall off. So now I'm sticking to the handheld tripod, and luckily I record everything because I'm a YouTuber. So I have video evidence of that tripod mount being in my bag, and I also recorded the bag being broken. TSA is not the most fun company to deal with, and they didn't give me a single penny back, which kind of sucks, but oh well. Last year when I was living in my apartment, I actually dislocated my shoulder climbing a rock. And in a fit of sadness, I decided to adopt a cat. And adopting a cat was the best decision that I ever made. She gives me infinite love and she's the most adorable thing to ever walk this earth. But then I moved across the country. And for a little bit, she stayed back at home. But now I'm coming home for Thanksgiving and I'm bringing her back to my place. She's mine again. But also I got used to the desert and the mountains and I forgot what I was born into. And the state that I was born in happens to look like this. And it has a bunch of trees everywhere. I'm very lucky because I have parents that let me stay at their house and accept me back with open arms. And every day I wake up appreciative because not everybody has something like that. Don't get me wrong, life is definitely difficult, but that's just the way it is. Everybody's life is hard. And if all that you do is focus on what you wish you had, you'll never be able to fully use what you do have. Like when I got home, I remember that I have this camera, which has a very nice zoom on it, which means that you can see that little squirrel over there. Isn't that something? Cuyahoga Valley is a very beautiful park, and more than likely, you have something similar right in your backyard. Whether it's a desert or a forest, or if it's snowy out, there are awesome and beautiful scenic spots everywhere. And sometimes we're just so exposed to it that we forget how beautiful it is. That being said, there's a lot more to life than that. Humanity is developing at such a rapid rate that we have things like self-driving cars, and pretty soon we'll be able to travel to other planets. Imagine how scenic another planet would be. But still, this planet is pretty cool, and I think that we should preserve it as much as possible. But in an infinite universe, there's a lot to explore. I forgot how slippery mud is. I'm also very grateful that I'm young. Having my youth means that the rest of my life is really up to me. Whatever I do is my choice, and I can completely design the life that I want. But it's also hard to tell what you want when you're this young. Right now, what I think I want is to explore and see as much as possible. But maybe I'm gonna look back someday and think that I wasted my life trekking the planet. But in the meantime, I'm just gonna enjoy the sights that I see right now. Because the world is beautiful. This planet is really, really pretty. And most of us, including myself, spend a lot of time behind screens, and we don't really get to fully indulge ourselves with nature. Because realistically, it's dangerous and it's difficult. And why would you do something that's dangerous and difficult when you can watch someone else do it? I think it's easy to think that you're experiencing life vicariously through others. But when you're telling your kids a story, would you rather say, I watched somebody do this, or I did it myself? Personally, when I'm telling my kids stories, I want it to be a real recollection of the things that I have done. And not only do I want to just tell these stories, but I also want to experience these things. You're not here forever. You might as well make the most of the little time that you have, because what if there is no afterlife? I think it's also really easy to get caught up in what other people are doing and become jealous of them. And you spend so much time writhing in that jealousy that you don't go and fix it yourself. You can really do anything that you want. You just have to put your mind to it. I might not have the most accomplishments in the world, I might not have the most money, but what I do have is happiness. And it took me a long time and a lot of work to get there. The reason that I can speak so confidently about the things that I do is because I have personal experience in what I'm saying. And I by no means am perfect. I have so many things that I know that I need to improve. I could be a better videographer. I could work out more. I could eat healthier. Instead of moping around knowing that I can improve these things, I'm actually going out and doing it, and that's what matters. Wow. Everybody's heard the saying, the amount that you put in is what you get out. And it really is true. If you consistently work hard and never give up at your goal, then trust me, you are going to achieve it. You just really have to understand what's important to you. And some ways that you can figure out what is important to you is things like meditation, spending time with people that you enjoy being around, and simply stated, being real with yourself. And I know that I don't have the most subscribers or followers. Speaking of which, you should definitely like and subscribe. Man, what is this? But hopefully the few people that do watch my videos are able to take something from it and maybe make their day a little bit better. I'm gonna just keep walking. I just know that I'm gonna be able to continue with this and achieve all of my goals because I really am putting my mind to it and I'm working hard at it. And I found at least one thing that's important to me and one thing that I really want to work on. And it's pause for a second. This is getting really boring. Yo, what up, Slush? Hi, Jax. definitely a huge relief knowing that Marceline got here safely, because she's never been on an airplane before. I think that her not being able to hear kind of helped out with that a little bit. So if you want to see more content with me and Marceline, just make sure you like and subscribe. But I've had a long week, so I'm gonna end the video here. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.